All right, Shalom, giving all
Shalom.
praises, honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Hakodash,
Dash.
double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone of the world. Shalom unto the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel and the rest of the elect that are destined to be saved. I'm the brother Kalab, and I'm joined here by the brother Aimel Allah. We are both from the GMS London Forecasters Camp. We're coming back at you to give you another lesson that is hopefully edifying and to the point through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Shai. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we did a video exposing this Edomite woman by the name of Lily Gaddis. I call her Silly Gaddis, but here is another case of the so-called Lily White woman who can do no wrong, claiming that all the problems in society stem from the so-called black people. And she always goes on about so-called black fatigue as if that's a thing, when it ain't a thing. The real thing is Edomite fatigue. And the person who is the most fatigued with you Edomite's bullshit is the Most High. And that is why the Most High is beginning to bring your nation, which once was considered to be, at the forefront, leading, the world leaders of the new world or whatever. Now you people are being shown up for the base waste men that you actually are. And this is because the Most High is tired of your shit. The Most High suffered your bullshit in silence. What did the scriptures say? Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the hearts of the sons of men is fully setting them to do evil. The Most High held his peace and gave you Edomites the space, gave you Edomites the place to do what you wanted to do. Now, the Most High is beginning to make his voice heard. And how is he making his voice heard? Through the mouth of the prophets. Because the prophets are set up on this earth to be the mouthpiece of the Lord. Now you've got the elect members from the nation of Israel waking up, just as pertaining to Ezekiel the 37th chapter, waking up and standing on their feet and prophesying against this great kingdom, which is the kingdom ruled by these Edomites, which is the revival, the second leg of the Roman Empire. So the prophets are doing exactly as we read, not read, we're going to read in Revelation 11. Let's go there, please, Baba Kashar. Revelation 11, and after 2 days and a half, the spirit of life entered into them. The one.
This is the book of Revelation 11 and verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
Come on. Slip of the tongue, tongue, but not with the heart. I said 2 days and a half. It's actually 3 days and a half. 350 years, right? After 3 days and a half, the spirit of life entered into them and they stood upon their feet, which is what we're doing right now. Brothers all around the world who are standing up and waking up to this truth, going out there and prophesying this word of the Heavenly Father. This is putting great fear into the hearts of all these other nations, primarily the Edomites, because the Edomites' greatest fear has always been that his brother Jacob would overtake him, right? And that's why they have a deep enmity and hatred for Israelites. A lot of these Edomites can't put their finger on it as to why, but this is the spiritual thing, because as good is set against evil, as hot is set against cold, as up is set against down, as dark is set against light, Jacob is set against Esau. And there's never going to be any union. There's never going to be like, oh, why can't we all come together and get along? No. We were two nations that were set up to be at odds with each other. Yeah. Going right back to Rebecca's womb in Genesis, the 25th chapter. Going even back further than that to Genesis, the 4th chapter with the two brothers, Cain and Abel, because those are the two same spirits coming back in their lot as Jacob and Esau. So we're at the conclusion, the climax, the end, the finale of this tale of Jacob versus Esau. And now we're seeing a lot of these Edomites are crying because they know they're losing. Now, one of these Edomites that's crying the most is this bitch here, Silly Gaddis, the so-called Lily White woman. And we're going to play the video here where she's crying about how, oh, YouTube has demonetized my channel because I'm standing for the truth and I'm doing this and doing that and I'm such a trailblazer and blah, 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 blah. Well, no, the crocodile tears don't work. They really don't give a fuck about you Edomites anymore. And now you're just through and you're looking like the losers that you actually are, while Jake is going from strength to strength. So let's play that video. Unless you got any precepts or anything to say.
Yeah, Khan, I
Okay.
got a quick preset, if I may, just before we get into this video, uh, because you know the hatred that there is between Jacob and Esau, it runs deep, man, and obviously these devils know that they know about the birthright, you know, and how ultimately their forefather Esau was supplanted out of that birthright by his brother Jacob, which uh, we're from the seed of Jacob as Israelites, okay, and what they've done is they've kept Jake intentionally in a state of ignorance, and basically they fed Jake black culture, and that's what Jake is associated to. But the reality of the reason why they did that is because they understood that the moment Jake taps into their real power, you know, what did the scripture say? The name of the Lord is dreadful among the heathen, which is why in this captivity, which is our final captivity that we're serving, they took away the names of they literally beat the names out of us, had us calling on other gods, because they knew that the name had power if the Israelites used those names. So I'm going to read this precept here,
Go
and
ahead.
it says Psalms 81 and 10. I am the Lord thy power, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it, to be filled with this word. But my people would not hearken to my voice, and Israel would none of me. And I mean, especially now in 2025, most Jake don't want to know about Israel. When you got all, you know, basically in a nutshell, black culture that basically um is the portrayed image of what an Israelite should be in this world. And that's who the 2/3 of our people, that's what they like to associate with. So they're not hearkening onto the voice. Okay. So what did the Heavenly Father do? Verse 12. So I gave them up unto their own heart's lusts, and they walked in their own counsels. Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my ways, I should soon have subdued their enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries.
Hmm.
So we were for a long time, linking back with Revelation 11:11, you know, the spirit of life hadn't entered into us. But after those 350 years, that brings us to 1969. A man by the name of Rabbi Abba Bivens, the spirit jumped in him, and from that point onwards, you have men under him who have carried this word, who have repetitively entered into other men's labors. And I did the maths this morning, I think, and it's been 56 years, man. And since the truth has surfaced, and we're at the point of prophecy now, and this is what these devils try to prevent so much. So now, when we relating it back to this video now, what we're seeing basically is the truth breaking down strongholds, and ultimately the wrath of the Heavenly Father is surely falling upon our enemies now.
Yeah, very well said. And it's interesting that you ran the numbers to find out it was, what you say, 59 years?
56 years. I'll just double check that.
56 years. That's almost a lifetime. If we consider 70 years to be a lifetime, 56 years is what, 14 years out from that.
Yeah.
Um, so it's not actually a very long time.
Nope.
To us in the flesh, it feels like a long time. It's actually been quite a swift downfall
Yep.
compared to the heights of the Edomites, what you might call heyday. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the Most High has been moving quickly, man, and that is a confirmation of Second Peter, the third chapter, where it says the Lord is not slack concerning his promise,
Mm.
as some men recount slackness, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish. Let's read that. 2 Peter 3, around verse 7, I think. Baba Kashar.
Khan. This is 2 Peter 3. Let's see. Yep, here we go. 2 Peter 3. Let me start at 7, because this whole chapter is meat to be, and there's a lot of meat in this chapter, man. There's a lot of meat. But I'll start at 7. 2 Peter 3 and 7. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire, against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. But, beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, but is long-suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance.
Right. So backing up what you said there, that proves that the Most High is moving swiftly. Again, because we're in the flesh, 56 years seems like a long time, but really in the greater scheme of things, that's a blink of an eye, man. So yeah, let's get into this video and start breaking down this picture of the precepts.
Come on.
What's up, folks? We are back again. Slightly different set today than I usually have. I'm also looking quite overweight in this sweater. I promise I have not gained weight. Well, maybe a little bit. It is the day after Thanksgiving. We got a little bit of an announcement for you guys today.
Thanksgiving, right? Hold on. Thanksgiving. Who the fuck are they giving thanks to?
Right.
Certainly in the Most High. They're celebrating the fact that they subjugated Jake and stole their land, and have got a day to commemorate the wickedness that they do. That they did, I should say. They continue to do. This shows you that this man's the fucking devil, man.
Come on.
But the tragedy of today that we are going to be talking to is not about black people attacking more whites on the trains. Shockingly.
Let me just close some stuff in the background so it can run a bit smoother. So that I can.
Water.
These PCs don't hold up like they used to, man.
How old is it?
It's not even that old, man. It's only a couple years. But yeah, hopefully it should be all right now. Let's try it now.
Enough, we are actually going to get to talk about something different. I know that that's a common thread that seems to be happening all the time, but today, you know what's happening? They're trying to keep a real down. They're trying to keep a real down. That's what they're trying to do.
Wait. She's not actually saying the word, is she?
Yeah, she's trying to. She's trying to come across as edgy, you know. But she's just some basic, boring Becky trying to be cool. But he's so cool, man.
And this is the thing. And do you know what, man? This is the thing about these Edomites, man. If I may just bring out this quick preset, okay?
Please, by all means.
Because, what these Edomites do is they project their insecurities onto the other nations, but most particularly, of course, the Israelites, man. You know, for example, I'm pretty sure you had the same experience growing up in school. You know, they might take the piss out of so-called Negro features, like having big lips.
Yeah, they did that.
You know what I mean? Now, all of a sudden, every other Shedamite's got lip filler. You know, they used to mock, you know, Eve's body. Now, all of a sudden, these Edomite chicks are getting BBLs and whatnot. So a lot of the hate that they project, a lot of the hate that they spew out is really projection, man. It's really how they feel about themselves, because deep down within their spirits, they understand and know that they're really the inferior ones. So this is Sirach 14:5. It says, "He that is evil to himself To whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goods. There is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. So that's just the nature of these Edomites, man. You know, they hate themselves. They know in the spirit they're inferior. They understand that when it's summertime and they gotta go get their sun lotions, and you know they can't just sit out in the sun like how Israelites can, but somehow they built the pyramids. You know, just all this bullshit, man.
You
You
know,
know?
it's interesting you say that because there's whole industries dedicated to uh trying to offset Edomite insecurities. Just look at the
Wow.
whole thing with those suntan. You go to those places, they've got those suntan
They got the
tanning
sunbed.
booth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are the patrons that go there? Who are the customers? Ain't no Jake going in there unless there is like foreigners. But for the most part, it's straight up Edomites because I've heard out of their own mouths when I was at
Oh.
school and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Secondary school. You know, talking to some of the other the children in my class, talking to some of the Edomite girls, and they're like, "Oh, I can't stand how I look. I look so pasty. I look so
Mm-hmm.
white. I need to get a tan." Like, and that's out of their own mouths, man.
Facts.
It wasn't me prompting them to say that, but they literally was saying out of their own mouth, "Yeah, I look so pasty and white, and I need to get a tan." Because they know they look dead, man. What did Moses say about Miriam in Numbers 12? Let her not be as one dead, whose flesh is half consumed when they cometh out of the womb. So
Mm-hmm.
they know it within themselves internally, I don't look right, man. And this whole thing about blondes have more fun, that's been broken down as well. A lot of blonde women aren't really the Pamela Anderson heydays over, man. Don't know if you remember Pamela Anderson from Baywatch. You know, the Marilyn Monroe look is over. And Marilyn Monroe wasn't even a real blonde. You know, she dyed her hair. But
Mm-hmm.
basically, the skinny, super thin nose, fucking no hips, no back, pancake chest Edomite woman. Her days of that Nicole Kidman look, that Kylie Minogue look, those days of that being the in thing are long gone, man. Now people want, like you said, they want their woman to have those voluptuous curves, those hips and those lips that the Israelite woman's got. And that's part of the Most High returning his glory to our people and stripping the Edomites of their perceived, they never had any glory, they're all they're gonna have is shame. But their projection of them being the hottest thing on the block is over, man. It's absolutely over.
That's right.
And these Edomites are feeling it. That's why they're having bitches like Silly Gaddis on YouTube crying about it now.
That's right.
Yeah, she's one of them, man. If you look at this girl, I can't see her ass, right? But I don't need to see her ass. I can tell from her face. She's as thin as a paperback, man.
Yep.
She ain't got no curves. She's wearing that baggy ass jumper. You can see she's a stick figure underneath that.
Mm-hmm.
Like a
Talking about, I
freaking
look like I may have put on a bit of weight. What are you talking about, bitch? You're as slim as they come.
yeah. Keep going.
The truth. And this is just the facts. When you come speaking the truth about
By the way, just real quick,
Go ahead.
this chair she's sitting on is white.
Yep.
This that you see is red.
Yep. Well called.
Just
Go
saying.
ahead.
certain
No, go ahead. You
things,
break it down,
if
man.
you're racing,
You know, because even you mentioned Moses and Miriam, Numbers 12. Well, how about when Isaac laid eyes on Esau? What did he say? He said Aisha or Aishashwa, meaning what? Wasted away is he. You know, because he didn't look like his brother Jacob. His brother Jacob came out with pigment.
Let's get that Babakasha. I'll
Come
get
again?
it. I'll get that preset for you. Let's bring it out, but you keep talking.
Khan. Jacob came out with pigment, man. But Esau, he came out with the curse that was put upon Cain. He had that mark upon him. All right, I believe that's in what's it? It's in Genesis
25.
25.
I'm getting it. Don't worry.
Just so that put on the screen as well. But you can
All right,
read
the
it.
one. So this is Genesis 25, starting at verse 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord Yahweh for his wife because she was barren. And the Lord Yahweh was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, If it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord Yahweh said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from my bowels. The one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Now, just want to make a quick point there, right? I mentioned that you can look at that woman's face and tell she's, a skinny ass Edomite. And the reason why I say that is because when you read, like, you look at people and you read their spirit, Edomites are naturally weak. They're just very weak people. And you can see it from their countenance. I'll just give a quick story, if I may. When I was going home from camp last Saturday, I got to my area and I was waiting at the bus stop for a bus. And it was a Saturday night, 9 or 10 p.m. or whatever. And there was a couple standing in front of me, and there was some Edomite woman, and she had a boyfriend, right? And the guy looked like a fucking joke, man. When I say he looked like a joke, right? Because these Edomites, they look so fucking weak. No matter what clothes you put on them, it don't look right on them. The guy looked like he was wearing a pair of trousers with pinstripe, like black trousers with pinstripe white lines going down it. And they didn't even fit. They were all baggy and shit. He was wearing these shoes and this ridiculous green coat, and nothing fit on him. And he just looked weak. And I was just saying to myself, man, Lord, he sets a mark on these Edomites. So you can spot an Edomite from a distance. And that's why an Israelite foreigner who's a Jake, you can also spot him from a distance because they've got some kind of style. They've got some kind of salt, some swag to them, where they're not just. Yeah, they look cleaner, yeah, and they've not got that waist man, base man projection that Esau has. So that's what this Lily Gaddis, girl here has got. She's got that weak ass, waist man projection, which just is a indicator of who she is. So let me just quickly finish this one, right? This is back in Genesis 25, verse 24. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau, as he said, Asashua, wasted away is he. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare him. See, Jacob was called Jacob because he didn't look alien. Esau's the one that looked like the freak show, the first leprous baby to come out of actually I shouldn't say the first because Esau was cursed with leprosy when he was Cain. But when the flood came, all of Cain's descendants were destroyed. But when he came back in the reincarnation, that mark was still on him. So his children came out looking that way. But yet Esau came out and was a shock to everybody because back then everybody had the melanin, But go ahead. Back on your point.
Yes, I pretty much made my point, man. Let me just take it back here. So yeah, she's red. She's a descendant of Esau. They did it. You see, Esau done a lot of hiding and a lot of lying to get away from his identity, man. Because black and white, that's a racial construct that's only been around for the past couple 100 years, man. And the line of Jacob and Esau goes way further than just the past couple 100 years. But anyways, let's keep playing. Look at that. Look how much has come out, and we've only gone 52 seconds of the video, man.
Wow, that's powerful, man.
Not even a minute.
Racial awareness, let's say, if you are, heaven forbid, pro-white or a pro-white voice out there, which I am, which I always will be, and will always influence my content no matter what it is, they will try to keep you down. I've said in a couple other videos that there is a pipeline of cancellation. So what this is here's the top tier of cancellation. The top part of cancellation is they will try to smear your name. So they'll put out hit pieces and they'll try to cancel you. But we're living in like the post-cancel culture society where that doesn't really work anymore. In fact, it actually lends a little credibility to your name, and you gain kind of a little loyal, staunch group of supporters rather, of people who don't care about the media slams. Okay, so they don't quit there. When they can't defame you.
Who's they? Who's they? Who is this so-called they she's talking about? Oh,
PC arc.
No, but the fact of the matter is it's her own people that's fucking doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Who runs YouTube? Ain't Jake running YouTube?
Nope.
So how can she be crying and bitching about, oh, they'll do this and they'll do that, when it's her own people that are doing it? It shows how ignorant this bitch is, man. And she looks stupid. She looks like a fucking Big Bird from Sesame Street, man, with that facial expression.
We paused at the right frame.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, man, that just goes to show you, man, that's another sign that this kingdom is on its last legs, because you got Satan divided against Satan.
Yeah, let's bring that out.
I think I'm holding that as well, actually. No.
I think it's Matthew 7?
Matthew 12.
Oh, 12.
This is Matthew 12 and 26. And if Satan cast out Satan,
read up a bit, Bubba. Is there a bit more meat up top? Yeah. Every nation, every kingdom divided against itself. Yeah.
This is Matthew 12 and 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand?
Yeah.
So you got it. Yeah, you got this Edomite chick complaining about how they've nuked her channel and whatnot. But as you said, man, this ain't Jake that runs YouTube and all these other social media platforms. So this goes to show you, man, that amongst the nation of Edom, there's division on all fronts. You got the leftists, you got the right wings, you got the division between the nations as well, like America and Russia. Those are Edomites. Also, you've got it even on a a social media level over the internet. You've got it digitally. So you've literally got division in this kingdom on literally every front. So this is just more signs that we're almost out of here, man.
Yep.
And they're on their last legs, man. They on borrowed time.
Yep.
She complaining about YouTube nuking her channel. Look, she gonna have a whole lot more to complain about real soon, man.
Well, first of all, she's crying about YouTube nuking her channel. Well, guess what? The Most High is gonna nuke her ass. Well, she's sitting in Babylon the Great, and I don't see her leaving America anytime soon.
Oh hell no!
She's just gonna be fuel for the fire, man.
That's right.
Ain't no elite gonna be letting them in her bunker. She's just, what did they call it? She's low level. She's low level.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Name or ruin your reputation, then they will try to take you off the platforms. Hang on, the dog's screaming to be let in. So I'm babysitting my mom's dog.
Hold it. This is something I hate as well. These Edomites, right? They always try and present themselves as if they're so caring for the animals and shit. When you really look at it, right? That freeze frame says a lot. That dog don't look happy, man. that dog don't look happy in her lap. And then she's got it in a fucking headlock, right? Trying to show that, oh yeah, we're such caring people. No, man, you Edomites, man. The scriptures say, the righteous man have a care for his beast, but the tender mercies of the The tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. I'll be paraphrasing. And these
Mm.
people are the wicked. So their tender mercies towards their pets even are cruel. Who's the people? Well, not only Esau, you got other nations doing it, but who are the people that are putting peanut butter on their rod, trying to offer it to dogs to get sexual gratification for it? Who are the ones, the videos done in the past of Edomites drinking their dog's urine, saying it's good for their skin?
These devils are bugged out, man.
Who does that? Basest of men. Remember what Job said in Job 30 and verse 7? That I would have disdained to have set them with the dogs of my flock. Because these are beastly people, man.
Mm.
They're the ones who are always putting pork meat in everything. Just look at the shops now. You want to buy a sandwich for your lunch, it's like playing find a needle in a haystack between all the turkey, bacon and BLT. And what is it? What that one I see the other day?
Chicken and bacon is always that one.
Yeah, you want a basic, maybe maybe egg and salad sandwich, but it's got sausage in there and shit. Who are the ones doing this? This is Edomites, man.
You even try to get a chicken salad? Nope. Chicken and bacon.
Yep. There you go, chicken and bacon. Fuck Esau, man.
She's away. She had to go down to stay with her sister for Thanksgiving, so that's what I'm doing today.
That dog.
He looks quite awkward and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
He doesn't like to be
saying it.
And this is another thing, they always tell on themselves, man. They always tell on themselves.
Yeah, with a fake laugh to try and smooth it over.
Yeah. You see, look, man, you have to read body language, man. Look, that smile is so fake.
Yep.
There's nothing genuine about that smile. And just look at that dog's countenance, man. Yeah,
Don't look happy, man.
And you know what? I'm glad we're speaking about dogs, because what do we notice all the time at camp, man? With these Edomite dog owners, what do we notice?
The dogs leave their owners and want to come over to us. And then the Edomites have to be like, oh, I'm sorry. When really they're cut that the dog want to be around the spirit of the Lord.
Because you have to remember, these Edomite owners, right? They're looking at us. Oh, you got a couple of niggas over there. What are they doing? What are they recording? Why are they wearing that stuff? What they doing around there?
They're probably smoking weed or some shit. They're thinking
whatever it is they be doing, right? But the point is, the reason it cuts more is because, like they say, like, for instance, a dog's a man's best friend.
Yeah.
Right? So say you got this Edomite dude, he's walking his dog. Your dog is meant to be in conjunction with your spirit.
Yep.
Your beast, your animal. So them seeing their dogs every single time just stroll off and literally orbit around us, that's a huge cut to them, man.
Yeah. I can use another analogy, right? Slucky, did I interrupt you? Did you just want to say something?
No, that's the end of my point.
There's another analogy, right? Like, hang on a sec, I just lost it. Let me get it back in my mind. Another example that these Edomites aren't really that great with animals is in Genesis. If you remember, in Genesis, the 4th chapter, it says, Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain, Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain, let's get it. I'm butchering it. Cain kept the fruit. Genesis 4. Cain was a tiller of the ground.
Yeah.
Genesis 4 and 2.
This is Genesis chapter 4 and verse. Let me just start at the start, man. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived, and bare Cain and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground.
Right, so who is the one who's looking after the animals? Abel. Cain went on Netflix, and when it came time to offer the sacrifice, Cain was supposed to have gone to his brother and be like, Abel, man, I don't have any animals, but I need to do a sacrifice to the Lord. Could you please give me one of your flock so that I can offer the proper sacrifice? Maybe you'd give him something in return, like maybe some of his fruits, or maybe, well, not even maybe, it would have been a righteous thing for Abel to have just given it to him. Because at the end of the day, they were both supposed to make a sacrifice, and it would have been in the service of the Lord. But rather than do that, Cain didn't want to humble himself and go to his brother to ask. So what did he try and do? Sacrifice fucking tomato. What? It doesn't say whether it's tomatoes and potatoes or whatever. I'm just using uh hypothetically. But whatever fruit it was, whether it's tomato or cucumber, how can you try and offer that as a sacrifice to the Lord? But now, come 2025, Esau want to act like he's the one who's the master of the nature. What's that guy on BBC? Was it David Attenborough? Yeah, that he knows all about, every kind of animal and every kind of tree, and he's the one who has to educate the world and all these things. Now, fuck that, man. Esau's never had a great relationship with animals, man.
But that goes to show you just how envious they are as well, because they know and understand that, hey, look, it even tells us, just real quick, let me bring this precept up. This is Job chapter 5. And let's start from 22. It says that destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beast of the field shall be at peace with thee.
There you go.
That goes to show just how much they envy us, man. Because you got your David Attenboroughs, and we live in a society where majority of Edomites do have a household pet, either a cat or a dog. What do you call it, hamster, whatever. But they fishes, because they trying to tap into our spirit, man. Really.
Yeah.
And you see when shit hits the fan in Jacob's trouble, you gonna have beasts like this one over here that will just end up mauling her, man, and their family. Because the Apocrypha, Sirach 39, talks about what the spirits created for vengeance.
Yeah.
Animals have spirits too. But you're going to have the elect of the nation of Israel. We're going to be in league with the beasts of the field. Imagine that in the midst of all hell breaking loose, Jacob's trouble, you're just going to have some Israelite dude over there just in the midst of a lion. And he cool. And he's safe.
Yeah. And our children will play with
the
poisonous snakes.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something else I wanted to add, right? With these Edomites, yeah, they do have a lot of pets, generally speaking. But the difference between an Edomite and a Jake is that an Edomite who has a pet's house always smells like an animal house.
Yeah.
Like they'll come to school or whatever and take the coat off and hang. When I used to be a little boy at school, you used to hang your coats on the when you come in, you hang your coats on the peg or whatever. The Edomite's coat always smells like a fucking wet dog.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how their house smells. So it's like they don't really they're just very not hygienic, very unhygienic, and they don't really keep the animals clean and shit, so where they end up smelling like the animal, if that makes sense.
And the funny thing is, no matter how like nasty dressed up and they get, man, like I'm looking at her, she's still giving me dirty vibes, man.
Of course, because it's a filthy spirit, man.
Spirit, yeah, it's a spirit. That's what it is.
She might wash her face. I'll give her credit. She might splash water in her face. I'm not going to say she take a bath, because a lot of these Edomites don't properly take an actual bath where they sit in the bath and wash themselves, which is what women are supposed to do, because women have cavities that the water needs to get into, and water doesn't run upwards. So if you're standing in the shower every day and water's falling down, how are you getting up into those cavities, putting it in a polite way, to clean those areas? That's why a lot of women, man, not to get too vulgar, but they smell downstairs real bad. Like some of these women, they drop their drawers and they smell like a fishmonger with a broken freezer in the middle of summer. It's like, you can't really deal with that. But that's just the foul, their unhygienic ways. And it's not just Edomites, so a lot of these other nations, but predominantly the Edomite woman, she's got that very dog-like characteristics. When I say dog-like characteristics, I mean like dogs that they when you see a dog running through the mud and shit, and then it gets all muddy and it shakes itself off. That's the dog being a dog, but a lot of Edomite women have them same kind of characteristics. They're not very clean, Anyway,
right.
we can talk about the hygiene of Esau all day, but we're going to talk about the spirit of these Edomites. That's what makes them really filthy.
That's right.
He's so awkward. He's the worst cuddler. He's such a cute dog, but you can't cuddle with him. So to get back to the video, the cancellation cycle, they try to defame you. They try to take away your platform. When they can't take away your platform or get you banned, then they will take away your means of funding the project. They will demonetize you so that you cannot make the money that's necessary to continue putting out the content. If they can't stop you.
She's talking about being demonetized, right? Do we get monetized on our videos?
He is going to say that.
You go ahead, you say it.
And this is the thing. We don't do this for money. We don't care about the money. We're storing up treasures in heaven where moth and dust does not corrupt. We're dead to this world, man. But here's the thing: we don't do this for money. But look how hard we go. We probably go more harder than this bitch right here, man. And she getting paid.
Probably we do. No, probably we do.
Absolutely.
That's why she can't beat us. Remember what the scripture in Genesis said, and one nation shall be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger. When we're out there at the camp every week, standing out there for however many hours in the cold, because it's particularly cold now this winter, that is a sign of our strength as Jacob. Edomites can't do that. Edomites can't go 12 rounds with Jake in the spirit. Yeah? So that's why her channel's getting clipped for the first time. Look, man, there's brothers who are on their 7th channel, brothers who are on their 2nd channel, 3rd channel, after getting copyright strikes and the channel's taken away. Are we crying and throwing in the towel? Once they take one channel, what do we do? We build another one. Start from scratch. Still not getting paid, starting from scratch, and we keep pushing. She's got her first strike, and now she's crying. Oh, did they take your money? You can't fund yourself. Don't get a fucking job, bitch, man.
You know what I mean?
Then they try to either jail you or ruin your life through lawfare, or like what's happening to Candace Owens, maybe even put out a hit on your life. Well, I am in the middle phase right now. I was just demonetized on YouTube. Okay, this happened this past week. I didn't announce it because I was trying to appeal the process and whatever, but that's what's going on, folks. I've been demonetized on YouTube. And I always wondered about creators who made a big deal about that until I realized, oh, that's like your sole form of income. Like, so now I'm just making videos for free, and I have the electricity bill for all the billions of lights that's in here. I have to pay for the equipment. Okay, now he looks like he's dying. I have to pay for the equipment. Okay, get down. Just stop whining at the door. Yeah, lay down right there. You got to pay for the equipment. You still have to pay for the people who make the thumbnails. You got a lot of bills to do, aside from the builds of natural life there. So yes, I have officially been demonetized on YouTube, which was my sole form of income, aside from a few tiny little outlets here.
So this is a bitch that spends her whole life making videos to go online talking shit about so-called black people, I should say. And now she's been demonetized and she's crying about it. This is a waste woman, man. She's idle. Just not doing anything constructive, man. So now that she's been demonetized, she wants to cry and go for the sympathy vote. Well, she's gonna get that sympathy, but that sympathy is gonna come from those single white Edomite males who are lonely, and they're just checking this bitch out because they think she's good looking, and they like the fact that she says the things that they want to hear in terms of talking shit about Jake. Really, she's like one of those cam hoes, those women that sit on the internet with a webcam, and they get people to send them donations and shit.
Yeah,
That's essentially what she's doing, but she's doing that to appeal to the racist Edomite because they're the ones who are subscribing to her and basically encouraging her to go further in this route and on this in this direction. So we're going to go to the comment boards afterwards, but yeah, that's basically a target audience.
she's the voice of Edom.
Yeah,
here and there, YouTube was my main money maker. And I'm kind of stupid. I don't have a 5-year plan. I don't plan ahead. I live in the moment. I put it all out there. I'm an open book. I live with my heart on my sleeve. You know, if I say something, I mean it. I couldn't censor myself. I refused to censor myself. It's just impossible. I really tried. I really tried my best. Believe it or not, what you saw on YouTube was vanilla me. It was like the vanilla of the vanilla. And I tried my best, but they
See, and that's the thing. Just going back to the precept that I called earlier, it says in Sirach 14:7, and if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. So
Yep.
and that's exactly what you saw. She letting you know that, hey man, you know how you got like movies and there might be like, or video games are 18 rated. Basically what you got was the 12 rated. What you guys get on YouTube is 12 rated, but off camera,
yeah,
and that's how they all are, man. They're all like that. Trust me, they're all like that.
yeah.
want to keep a real down, okay? And that's what they're doing. So all of
I'm pretty sure she is saying the word, but it's let me watch her lips actually. Let me see.
best,
She's
but they
sending it out.
real
She's saying it.
down, okay? And that's
Yeah. So yeah, but this is how they talk anyway. You know, and we don't really care about the word nigga like that or whatever, because you know that's them jaking the world, but still, you know, it just goes to show you the pride of this devil.
Yeah.
that's what they're doing. So all of that to say, we will persist. The truth will prevail. These people think, and in all seriousness now, these people think that if you take away people's form of income, if you ban them off of platforms, for I'm sure I will be banned on YouTube soon, they think that can stop the truth. Well, it can't stop people's eyeballs, okay? So even if there was not a single podcaster in the world talking about these sorts of things, you see it for yourself. You've experienced it for yourself. You feel a fear about walking around in the streets that you pay for.
Two things real quick, yeah?
Go ahead.
First of all, look, man, as you mentioned earlier, you know, you got certain brothers on their 2nd channel, 7th channel, 12th channel. Why would just create a new channel and just get on with it? She gets demonetized and she's just having a bitch fit about it, man.
Yeah. Oh, my punishment is greater than I can bear.
Right. Oh, boo-hoo, you got demonetized. Welcome to our world, nigga. We ain't been monetized ever. How about that? And secondly, it says I suffer not a woman to teach, man. Because, you know, it's like I'm listening to this and I'm just thinking, shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah.
You know? But what's that saying? Proverbs 9:13. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing, man.
Yeah.
Talking about this is the truth. You don't want to know the truth, man. Because I'll tell you one truth. If she happens to believe there's a God up there, try and know he don't look like you. There's the truth for you.
Yeah.
You feel fear to get on a train, despite the fact that your taxpayer money goes to pay for that train, because it's dangerous in society. We just happen to be talking about it.
What about Jake, who pay their road tax, right? And they get stopped by the police? Are they not in fear for their lives?
Mm-hmm.
Jake being asked, show me your ID. Jake reached down to his pocket. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I thought he had a gun.
Neutralize the threat.
Yeah, how often does that happen? And she wants to talk about being afraid to get on the fucking train. You could just be walking through your neighborhood, right? Police stop. Oh, we've had a report that there's been a crime in the area. Put your hands up. Anything you say can will be used against you in court of law. But I didn't do anything. Yeah, we've got a guy that fits your description. You're under arrest. When does that happen to Esau?
Mm.
She needs to
Yeah,
shut the fuck up
they be
about
doing it.
acting the victim, man.
Mm.
That we're just not lying. We're just telling the truth. And the people who tell the truth are attacked constantly. My friends are being sued for millions of dollars.
And this is the thing, man. Going back to the projection, man, which I mentioned near the start of this video. All these Edomites do is project. She's complaining about a reality that we've just become accustomed to. And
Yep.
we just get on with it, man. You don't hear us fucking complaining, man. Everything she's experiencing, we've been experiencing.
Yep. She wants to win the award for the Victim Olympics.
Right. No one cares, man. No one's coming to save you. Yahweh Shai certainly ain't coming to save you.
The censorship clouds are really moving in. It's starting to get bad out there, folks. It's starting to get bad out there. So if you want to support what I'm doing, because I will always be a pro-white voice, I will always be a pro-white activist, you know where I stand on that. I have started a new channel. It's called Club Gaddis over on YouTube as well. So if you want to go support me, go follow that channel as well, because I genuinely don't know how much longer this channel is going to be up. Probably won't be up for that long. If the powers that be, who have certainly got the call, if the powers that be get their way, we will not be around for much longer. So what I'm doing on this other channel is I'm promoting culture. And
this is the thing. She actually just prophesied, you know, if you caught what she just said. She said, if the powers that be, yeah, you can talk about Esau, but who are the real powers that be that are actually going to get their way? And then what did she end up with?
Not be around for much longer. So what?
Won't be around for much longer, and that's the truth. Because after you serve your 1,000 years of slavery under the real powers that be, you ain't gonna be around at all.
Yep.
So she just prophesied, man. She in the spirit.
In the spirit of an Edomite.
God.
What I'm doing on this other channel is I'm promoting cultural values. I'm promoting like Euro-American values, and I'm trying to
hold on a
take
second. She said before, I refuse to censor myself. I cannot censor myself. But yet here she is saying I'm making a new channel where I'll be promoting what is it? She's talking about Euro, whatever values. Euro-American values, basically Edomite values, right? So she's gonna make a new channel where she's not going to be so overtly controversial about what she says about so-called Negroes, right? But she's asking for people to go join her there and support her. So basically, she's essentially saying, "Okay, I got my hands burnt a little bit, so I'm going to make a new channel. It's going to be a little bit more PC. Please come over there and send me donations." It's basically what she's saying. Even though she tried to give it a hard talk about, yeah, they're trying to keep a real nigga down. And, you know, I spoke the truth and the powers that be coming after me. Nah, man, fuck you, man. Fuck you.
That I've learned in politics and actually put it towards something that can help the country. I think at this point, we're all somewhat black-pilled. Like, there's a global cabal that runs everything. There are powers that be, shadowy creatures that we now know who they are, that control the system. They control the tech.
They control the system. They control the tech. Rich Jake is running companies in Silicon Valley. Rich Jake is running shit in government. Again, it's the projection that all of our problems come from the so-called dark, undesirable people who are at the bottom of the food chain, while the people that are actually in authority get away with murder and they never call out their own people.
That's why it says here, real quick. This is Proverbs 29:2. You know what? Let me start 1. It says, "He that being often reproved hardeneth his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy." Because just like Pharaoh, this bitch, as well as many other Edomites, are going to continue to harden their neck. They ain't going to be reproved. They can't be reproved anyway. This truth ain't for them. And what's going to happen? They shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. But the main point I wanted to touch on is when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Here it is, you've got this Edomite mourning about the way society is being run by Edomites that are over her, known as the cabal. You know, so I did a video this morning saying entitled "The World Needs Us," man. You know, contrary to popular belief, Moab ain't up next. All right, we got next. The beginning with the elect of the nation of Israel, and once our rulership is established, people are going to see how fruitful, prosperous, and beneficial our ways are. Which really, you know, the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, which we're gonna have written in our inward parts anyway. You know, but I mean, what she's complaining about is really a product of her own people's doing.
Yep.
They control Silicon Valley. They control our politicians through all these different methods. And this is just
So who should she really be complaining about? Because everything she's complaining about is her people that's causing it.
Yep. That's the hypocrisy of Esau.
The water.
facts. And there's really not a lot we can do about that. We can try to infiltrate the institutions. We can try to gain institutional power. And that's what I suggest any young man do. And we can support creators who are out here discussing this. There has been a great awakening in the past year, the past 2 years. People know the genie's out of the bottle. The game is up. We know. We're on to you. We know who you are. We know what you're doing. And we know what you want from our country. And there's no stopping that awakening. So what I can do, I can't change politics. I'm never going to run for office. I don't think women belong in politics. This is as close to the sun as I shall fly when it comes to politics. So I just got a notification on my computer. So I can't do much in the political scene. I did my part. I've got not going to lie. I did a good part in the cultural awakening. I helped to break that glass ceiling of cancel culture and of stigmatized speech and of political correctness. And that's what I wanted to do. I came in like a firebrand and I destroyed it. Okay. I've enjoyed politics to its max. I've debated Piers Morgan about racial slurs on national, international television. All right. I went nuclear viral for using a racial slur. I accrued a platform. I've talked all about politics. I've enjoyed talking about politics. I've enjoyed talking about the issues that have befallen our country. But there's two sides of me. I don't just want to rant about, crime statistics, because they will always be with us. Until we can fix this problem, that will always be with us.
How do we fix this problem, darling?
Who's the real criminal? Let's get a precept on that. There's a reason why Esau is known as the red man.
What we can...
Just how do we fix this problem?
This is Isaiah 1:18. Come now and let us reason together, saith the Lord Yahweh. Though your sins be as scarlet, meaning red, they shall be as white as snow. Though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool. So Esau being red, let's also get Genesis 25. Esau being red is not a coincidence. That's actually symbolic. This is Genesis 25 and verse 30. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage. For I am faint, therefore was his name called Edom. So red is also the color of blood. And as we know, we're not supposed to consume meat with the blood still in it. But Esau couldn't wait. He wanted that. And that's a marker and a characteristic of these Edomites today. All you need to do is go on Instagram and look at any Edomite bitch on Instagram's page. And sooner or later, you're going to see some fucking uncooked meat on there. Because women usually on Instagram, they only post two things: them wearing skimpy outfits or a dress going out and shaking up their body, or posting videos of what they eat. And I noticed that a lot of times when these bitches post what they eat, it's either some prawn or some fucking rare steak or some other madness. And it's like, damn, man, what's wrong with you?
Yep.
Like,
And that's
a
fine
woman can
dining.
look very attractive, but when you see what they're putting in their mouth and their body in terms of food, it's like, it's always the abominable shit, man.
And they
But
wonder
yeah,
why box smell.
exactly. It doesn't take a genius to work out that 2 + 2 = 4. And that's, exactly what happens with these women. But also, the point I was making is that red is the color of sin. So yeah, we can go back to the video.
Come on.
And Esau's the original criminal. That's the point. Because also the word crimson goes back to the word red.
That's right.
Go ahead. Play.
Changes, we can change our culture one person at a time. And that's what the girls are for. That's what the girls can help do. We can help impact the culture. We're not going to run for office. We're not going to be politicians. We're not going to be the next Uncle H. But we can help influence culture, fashion, art, literature, architecture, style, and society at the micro level. So that's what I want to try to do over on my other channel, is affect people where it can actually have an impact. If people start taking pride in themselves and who they are, taking pride in how they dress, taking pride in the homes that they make for themselves, taking pride in their heritage, that's what I hope to achieve on my channel. So if you want to go over there and support, I know
It's interesting she talks about pride, because you know that pride is what separates you from the Most High. So all them things she's talking about, that's the Edomite spirit. Yeah, we can take pride in our homes and how we dress. No, man, you're just a proud devil, and the Most High is going to crush your pride when He sends your Hawashai back. It's going to be soon. Carry on.
members only club here. You guys got nuked, okay? We all got nuked. It's over, okay? We're cooked. But I do have my membership set up on that other page. So if you want to, go to Club Gaddis over on YouTube as well. I've got memberships up there. And it should be a good time. We'll be back in business. And like I say, it's not going to be...
See, back in business, man. But we about the Father's business.
Yep.
And the currency for the Father's business ain't your US dollars. All right. First of all, it gonna be salvation, and then pleasures evermore from that point onwards, man. So we both use the same platform, but clearly for two very different objectives and for two very different things. All right, here it is. When a brother loses their page, is here's my new page, and what's it that we're basically, we're feeding the people with this word, with this knowledge.
Yep.
This is transactional. We don't do it for no reward. We're not. One thing I hate about, you watch these YouTube videos, man, that's just outside the truth, and every other minute, oh, please press the subscribe button.
Yeah. Please like and subscribe. Like the people learn how to use YouTube after
You know what I mean?
20 years or whatever.
Yeah, bro, if I really like it that much, trust me, I will like and subscribe, bro. I will support you. But you saying it like 5, 6, 7, 8. I watched a video earlier today, and I could promise you, Donnie probably said that at least 8 or 10 times, man. Listen, bro, you ain't getting a like or subscribe. Yeah. If your video come up and recommended, it come up. But nigga, man, like, bro, we like just chill.
Yeah.
And like, people don't realize how desperate they really look, man. Like, this just sounds desperate, man.
Yeah.
But it's because it's become so normalized. It kind of just goes over your head, man. But that's cringe when you really think about it.
A lot of people aren't taught that they shouldn't beg, man. That was a big thing. My parents don't beg. Don't beg. They ask for something. If they don't give it, don't beg them for it, man. And that's not pride. That's just being mature. But a lot of these people, they were never taught that. That's why they're on there begging, making themselves look stupid. Oh, like and subscribe. Yeah, right. Fuck off, man. Carry on.
Be the same content, because I feel like I've been there, done that. I don't want to just rail on the same things. I want to explore other things. I want to actually change things. I came in here, I've learned a lot about politics. I've changed my mind about a lot of things. And now I want to help try to impact and change culture, like I said, from the micro level. So we're going to be looking at our heritage, society, or the way we dress, because I love clothes, despite the fact that I look like garbage right now.
Yeah, you do look like garbage.
And I don't think she wants to go back in history, man. You know, and look, man, you start touching that the wild man and wood wolves. Listen, man, you don't want to touch them waters, man. Trust me.
You don't
But
want to open that can of worms.
you don't want to open them kind of worms, man.
That's what I want to do over on that channel. So like I say, if you want to support me, go there, sign up for my membership. We get to hang out. I do live streams over there. It's a lot of fun. I get to talk to you guys one-on-one. We can connect on social media, all that sort of thing. It's a good time. If you also want to support me on Buy Me a Coffee, it is my
this is just begging.
website.
You know, I was thinking.
Buy me a coffee. The fuck is this shit, man?
Address or whatever on Buy Me a Coffee is buymeacoffee.com/Lily Gaddis. So that's a good way to be able to help the cause, because it is hard when your main source of income. I just basically lost my job. Okay. And I'm not complaining. It is what it is. And frankly, if you're not demonetized on YouTube or banned on YouTube, you're probably not over the target and you're probably lying. Okay. So we're not toning it down. We're not shifting. We're not rebranding. We're just taking the fight in a direction where I can actually have an impact. Okay. Like I said, if I wanted to pursue politics, I would go into politics. I would run for office, but I have no intention of doing that. I have too much of a temper. I'd end up probably going to jail. Can you imagine me on a debate stage with these people? I would lose my temper. I have too much of a temper for that. So I want to tap into more of my feminine side. I want to tap into more of other things that
and that temper comes from what do you call it, man? Just having that Edomite privilege. You just having everything, eat everything at the snap of your fingers. Because even, you know, sometimes I got to go into the office, man, and I can't stand to see, like, you know, the executive directors and you know, those higher ups and within the company. And one thing I noticed is that the majority of them are Edomite women. You know, the higher up you go in the organization, the fewer men you actually see. You know, which again promotes that whole female empowerment and stuff. But yeah, and they have that same spirit about them. They're very quick-tempered, very fiery, and then as she said, you know, she has to tap more into her feminine side, man. You know, that's the scriptures, though. A woman shall compass a man.
Yeah.
Interests me, and I want to take the political cause and bring it to the culture. I can't change politics, but I can change culture. I can inspire people to be better. I can inspire unity amongst us. And you know what I mean by us. And that's what I want to do. And that's where you can find me, Club Gaddis, or at Buy Me a Coffee. So anyway, little rant, little ad, doing an ad for moi, pour moi. But that's the show. Hope you enjoyed it. Also, hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I had a very chill Thanksgiving. People seem to think it was really sad, but I had a Thanksgiving with me and my son. My mom was out of town. She went down to Georgia to be with her sister, she's not married or anything, so it's just her.
I bet you that Thanksgiving dinner was the deadest thing on earth.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what's that or her Christmas dinner.
Yeah, you always see it on EastEnders. If you watch EastEnders, I've watched it for years. But when they're sitting there and they have their Christmas dinner, it looks so basic. Some fucking unseasoned turkey, some fucking Brussels sprouts, some pigs in blankets. And they got their fucking paper crowns on. It looks so dead, man.
I can't forget the Yorkshire pudding.
Oh, yeah. Yorkies.
Yorkies.
So she went down there to be with her sister. My other brothers are in Florida. And then my youngest brother has a new girlfriend. So he went to spend the holiday with her. So it was me, Nelson, and the dog. And then we went over to a friend's house afterwards. But anyway, you know, that is how it is on Thanksgivings. Like if you don't have the perfect nuclear family, why even bother? I think this is why I kind of have an aversion to holidays, because like, I don't know. It's just not the same vibe. Sorry, it's not the same vibe. Okay, so kudos to those who have the perfect nuclear family. Keep it up. By all means, keep it up. Keep your family together. And if not, you can find alternative ways of doing holidays and Thanksgiving and Christmas and Easter and all of this and still have fun. But anyway, that's my little spiel. It was all over the place. I apologize for that. But like I said, this is the video for today. I'll continue posting on here, political stuff as well. But like I said, don't expect the channel to last much longer. I have no means of funding this channel at this point. So I'm just going to put out content on this channel until we are gone. But unless they decide to nuke me from planet Earth, I will be over on Club Gaddis discussing a lot more different things than I do here.
Yeah.
And in the meantime,
pathetic.
continue to expect more of the same, because there is always another crime to discuss and there is always a black misbehaving.
I love how she added that at the end.
Yeah, got to blame it on the blacks, innit?
Yeah, somehow, some way. Even though, once again, it's you know, YouTube ain't owned by no Jake, man.
Well, before we close out, let's just briefly look at the comment section, because I'm sure someone's going to cut her with the scriptures and call her an Edomite. If you go to newest, it should show all the comments. I don't know. This is just the spirit.
Yeah, just
I'm
one
talking for the spirit.
It's racism against whites, but who's the one that's implementing that racism? It's fellow whites, so-called whites.
Girl, why the fuck is you so obsessed with my people for? Using us for gains and views. There are way more fish to fry than continuously having us on your mind 24/7 every damn day of the week.
We live in rent-free in the witch head, and this is what I'm saying, man. These devils don't like themselves, man.
You're living rent-free in the witch's head. Read the next one. You're such an idiot. Girl, get a real job. You read that, Baba Kusha, because it's hard for me to see on the screen.
Come on. It says, you're such an idiot. Get a real job. Fuck around and find out. You did this all to yourself. Do not compare yourselves to Candace Owens.
Yeah. Your hate for black people is absurd.
You
You're
are
a piece of shit.
I don't know, piece of shit. Yeah, there we go.
Lily is very pretty. Yeah, that's some white simp out there.
Yep. 1 second.
Aye, bro. Good luck as an unemployed single mum with a black baby. Wish you the worst.
So what? A baby daddy Jake?
Apparently, yeah. So
Oh,
this is
wow.
the hypocrisy of it, isn't it?
Yeah. You see, it all makes sense now. It all makes sense, man. Really, look, man. She hates herself. That's what it is, man. I bet you after she made that video, she stopped recording and she cried.
Yeah.
I'm like 90% certain she did that. In fact, I'm 100% certain she did.
Read this next one. Hang on. Are you seriously using the N word?
Why do people give you people breath? But yeah, she, and you know, I mean, look, man, just if you're gonna say it with chest, because she obviously said it. Fine, no problem. But why are you blurting it out?
Because she wants to be edgy, but she don't want to lose the income from the making videos. So that's why she won't go
all the way.
Because this video is an advert for her other channel to get more subscribers on the other channel. So really, she don't want her pocket being hurt. Bear me a second. I'm just putting it up on my screen so I can see it too. Where we at? Comments 13K newest.
Good. I hope you don't make money for sitting and shitting on black people all day. go work like everybody else.
Yeah, that's a good one. Stupid cunt, fuck around and find out. Now she crying. Go jump off a bridge, you mayonnaise hoe. Oh,
This
go
one
dress
here
in. You got it, read it.
says white politicians intentionally putting drugs in black neighborhoods, bad slums in black neighborhoods because of white politicians. So this is again, as mentioned earlier in this video, a lot of the problems she's complaining about are problems that her own people have caused.
Yep. Go dress in blackface again, loser.
Mm-hmm.
I've got an idea. Why don't you go out and call someone an N-word while being recorded, then set up a GoFundMe?
Mm-hmm. Apparently, she's deleting comments. So I don't know much about YouTube, but she's hiding comments. 2 days back, there were much more comments against her. And you see, she reading all this shit, all this hate, you know. And this is the thing, she's trying to put this brave face on. I'm telling you, man, she's crying after every video, man.
Yeah, you know it. You know it.
She's crying, bro, because it's like, look, man, we even us doing this work, you know, being in this truth, we put up with a lot of resistance, man, in ways you can't even imagine, you know. And as I said, we just soak it all up, man. We just bite down. So really, look, man, she in that spirit of Cain, her judgment is greater than she can bear, but she's yet to find out the fullness of that, the real extent of that. Look at this one here. It says, "Are you anti-Jesus because you know he wasn't white?"
Cut.
Someone else said, "What's the truth?"
Mm-hmm.
Rare YouTube win.
She's getting cut, man. It's like, you know, every comment that's being put here is another like a death by 1,000 cuts, man.
Can't.
Yeah, she is crying. Probably crying herself to sleep, man.
Baby daddy don't want to be with her.
Probably left her for another so-called black woman, and that's why she's going on this anti-black tirade.
Right.
Hey, check this out. I have black and small hat fatigue among others who feel the same.
Damn.
So that's not talking about so-called J. That's talking about the J-ish people.
I don't even know where you found that one there. I can't even find it on mine.
Don't cry, Lily. Everything will be all right. So I'm looking back at your screen now. You feel stupid now, don't you?
Yeah, this is really how people feel towards these Edomites, man. Not just this Shedamite here, man. You know, you get around these other nations, and you know, you just give them that little inclination about how you feel about E, and that tap gonna keep running, man.
Yeah.
That gonna keep running. They're gonna say, hey, they're gonna tell you how they really feel about E. You know.
All right, let's just read these last 3 comments, if that's okay. The ones that you got on the screen there.
Can't. But that's just stop being racist. It's not because YouTube is anti-freedom of speech. There's a thing called accountability of speech, and YouTube isn't anti-white. You literally spread hate speech and defended the girl that called a kid the N-word, hard R.
Keep going.
It says, just leave black people alone, bro. You don't even understand what it's like to be black, to be saying that word. You have no respect at all. Free speech is okay, but it's not when you're being disrespectful and untruthful. I'm happy this happened to you. You're a disappointment. Get better.
Last one.
The obsession with black people needs to be studied. Also, that false stat about black people attacking white people more is untrue. White people are more likely to be attacked by other white people. This is just bad fascist propaganda At least be good at grifting. And you know it's not true, even on a biblical sense, because
He
uh,
attacketh Esau, vengeance
mm,
shall be taken upon him. Carry on,
that's
Slack, I interrupted you.
no, that said no, you didn't cut me. You finished my sentence, bro. 'Cause that's exactly what I was gonna quote. So you know that's not true. You know that's not true.
Yeah, and also another scripture that validates that is Deuteronomy 28, where it talks about your eye shall be evil towards your brother, meaning that Jake won't think twice about pulling a gun on another Jake. But when it comes to pulling a gun on a so-called white man, Jake will think twice and thrice, and more often than not, they won't do that because they know if that case goes to court, that's Jake's ass, man. You murder an Edomite, that's your
Mm,
ass, man.
that's right. Yeah, because just to finish off, that scripture actually says how vengeance shall fall upon him sevenfold. So a lot of Jake are very, they'll think twice before they do something to an Edomite in comparison to when it's their own people. So that's some bullshit right there.
Yeah, so let Lily keep crying into her cornflakes until Yahushua comes back and really nukes her ass. She's talking about they nuked her channel. Well, guess what? The Lord's going to nuke her ass, man, because I don't see her leaving Babylon the Great. She's going to get a real rude awakening, and she's going to come back in the kingdom as a basic ass Becky on the plantation.
That's right.
That's her future, man. This is as good as it gets for her. This is as good as it gets because there ain't going to be no sitting around on her ass, not working, looking for simps to pay for her YouTube account. Nah, she's going to have her ass on the plantation, man. Working. Was that Michael Jackson song, Working Day and Night? Yeah, that's going to be her ass, man. So
Yeah,
that's all.
scriptures say, so like just a real
No.
point.
You
The
say it's good.
scriptures say how their faces shall be as flames, man, and they shall be altogether amazed at one another. So that's what she's got lined up for her, man. Them real nukes. That's what I have to say.
Khan, I was going to say that's. I was just going to finish my sentence by saying that's all I've got to say. So yeah, if you've got any more precepts, bring it out. Otherwise, that's all I've got to say. This video, what was she? 13 minutes, and we've brought out precepts for an hour and 22, and there's many more precepts we could bring out to cut her, but I think the work has been done, man. This bitch is cooked, and Esau knows his kingdom is falling. This was Esau's last, hope of regaining that Edomite glory when, we've got a white woman and she's speaking what we feel and she's getting on the so-called black man and all this kind of shit. Well, guess what? It failed, man. Because our rise out of obscurity can't be stopped. It's biblical, it's prophetic. The word says, so is the word that goeth out the Most High's mouth, it shall
Not return.
prosper thing whereunto he sent it, and shall not return unto him void. Our future is guaranteed. So we're rising, they're falling. It's as simple as that. And they're desperately trying to put themselves up to stop their fall, but they can't stop it. It's prophesied they're going down, and they can feel it. They can feel their kingdom slipping away from between their fingertips, even right now. So is there anything you want to add, or should we close it there?
No, that's pretty much it.
All right, cool. So with that, Lord willing, this video has been edifying to the hopeful elect. Those of you who are listening and learning. So with that, we'll once again give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. Shalom unto the 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel and the rest of the elect that are destined to be saved. We'll catch you, Lord, willing, on the next lesson. Shalom for now.
Shalom.